Now today there will be no reels screaming. I've now got my Shimano C14, oh there's a fish on here. I've got my Shimano C14s on. Oh look at the bend in that. Oh yeah, we got a fish on. Let's hope we can get a place for the first cast.
Welcome to Fishing Dorset Live.
Good morning, welcome back to a -2 Saturday morning at 6 AM here in Dorset. Both rods already out. Got a northeasterly at the moment, but it's supposed to be swinging around to a northerly. We're on a neap tide. We're after Plaice, pure and simple this morning. That's why I've come out early, targeting Plaice. I've already got a bite going on my left rod. I've got my chest cam, I've got my tripod camera, so hopefully we can scratch a few fish out of here today. Bait wise, Plaice the angling ragworm, Jamie's baits, squid, mackerel, sand eel. Let's get this one in. Let's see if we got a fish on there on the very first cast. Let's get a bit of light going. Let's see if we got a fish on. Now today there will be no reels screaming. I've now got my Shimano C14, oh there's a fish on here. I've got my Shimano C14s on. Oh look at the bend in that. Oh yeah, we got a fish on. Let's hope we can get a place for the first cast. But what they got a tendency to do is they dive down into the rocks. So you've got to be very careful. You don't get stuck. Yeah, he just dived then. Well, it feels a very nice fish, that's for sure. What have we got? We got a Mahusif. I've got to be careful because he's, wow, that is absolutely huge. Wow. That is one big. Look at the size. Let me get a bit of light on, guys. I'm a bit amateur setup at the moment. Let's get a bit of light and you can actually see. That is one big doggy. Right, let me get a bit of light on here. How is that for a first cast? That is one Mahusif doggy. Look at the size of it. I've never had a doggy that big. And that's straight on ragworm on my pulley rig. Let's get him off, let's get him back, get baited up. And it's the first time I've had a doggy from Sandbanks. But look at that, happy days guys. What a start for the session. Right, nice to get that doggy out first cast. What I've prepped up now. 3-hook flapper. The ones with green and black beads and the top one. It's pink and white. Now, I've just put straight rag on that one. But the other two, I've tipped with a bit of squid. Now, somebody else has turned up down there this morning. Come down poaching my mark. I'm sure we'll get them on camera in a minute. But it was nice to get that doggy out first cast. So let's get this one hooked up. All my rods will now be cast out, and they will be all to the left, because the other person's rods will be to the right. It's just safer up here. Saturday morning, there'll be doggers everywhere down here, literally. So it's a lot safer for both of us to fish up here. So 3-hook flapper, short cast gripper on there. Let's see where my other line is first. Let's get this one out. Beautiful. Let's tighten that spool down. Get that grip bed in there. Beautiful. Now it's time for a coffee. Cheeky monkey. But yeah, Shaky's come down this morning. He's a bit later. He don't do early starts. Not like us professional anglers. This is a beautiful morning. Yeah, it's -2, but what a beautiful morning. This is the sort of time we should get the Plaice now. That sun will hopefully come up. But yeah, this is perfect. We're on a poor tide, but we're going to try our best to bring you a Plaice this morning. I've already bought you a doggy. Let's see if we can bring you a dab, a Plaice, a turbot, bass, and anything else. Let's have a coffee. Well, I was sat around yesterday, made another rig in the garage, but what I've got, I made a pulley wishbone. I use £60 body, £25 snoods, and I put the old Cox and Roll size 2 Aberdeen something or other on the end. But what I've done there, green and black beads with a little stop bead there, and obviously for the spreader on the top, I put the white beads there to keep it separated with stop beads so you can alter the distances. That rig probably 1.5 meters. Going down to the old short cast grip bed there, but what I put on there, and it's the first time I've actually used them, is the Gemini pulley. And it's very smooth, to be fair. It's, look at that, beautiful. But that sun's gradually coming up. But at least my first rig caught, so they're not too bad. But it is quite nice getting out in the garage, spending a couple of hours fiddling around making a few rigs up. Like I say, Shaky's got both his rods out now. He's going to hopefully christen his new rods. We're open for that Plaice. But what I've got now, I've got some blacks out as well, so I'll be putting blacks on, rag, squid. I might even put little strips of mackerel on there to see if there's any turbot about. But I'm giving it my best. It's a beautiful morning now, and believe it or not, there's people in the water swimming. So I'm going to bait this up and I'll bring you back. I'll show you what bait I got on there before I lob it out. That sun's coming up beautiful. There we go. Rag, squid, loaded right up. Let's clip it on, we'll get it out. But this turned out to be a beautiful morning. This is the best weather we got. And like I said before, it's not the best tide, but you've got to grab every opportunity you can to try and get your targets. So let's get this one right out there. Beautiful. That's way out there. But what I'm doing is I've got one short, one long, and I just keep alternating where I'm casting to. Normally if I was on my own, I'd be casting one rod left, one rod right. But like I say, Shaky's here, so I've let him have the right hand side and I've got the left hand side. But I've normally had Plaice by now. Don't know whether the cold weather or the fresh water, I don't know, I really don't know. But the fishing's been pretty poor for a lot of people, but I've been catching. Nothing massive, apart from that bass. But it's nice to get that time out. Bit of chill time as well. So, not sure what I'm going to put on this one now. On the single hook pulley. But that's all fresh baits out there. That sun is absolutely glorious in front. I'm geared right up. And I'm sweating like a pig. Let's get this one baited up, guys. Let's see if we can get anything out.
Like and subscribe. It's free to do this. Free!
Well, I mean, wishbone rig. Totally stripped. Squibbed a lot. Didn't even see a bite, but the sun is right in front of my rods now, so I've had to put me shades on just to cover that sun up a little bit. But this rag, some of it, look at the size of those snakes. Absolute beautiful. And what I've done is I picked it up yesterday, put it in my fridge overnight, changed the paper, keep it fresh, and it's absolutely beautiful this morning. So what I'm going to do there, I'm only going to put one on this one because of the size of the worm. And what I do, tip it with a bit of squid, because what that does, it stops the bait coming off or getting pulled off. If you can see a small triangle of squid there, and I put it through once, twice. That's what I do on that one, and obviously the other one. Just keep an eye on my rods at the same time. But yeah, no bites at all. Well, I've not seen any bites. It's just been really quiet. But like I say, it's not the best tide, but you never know until you try. So that's what we're doing. But what I do with the other side of the wishbone, I put quite a few rag on there. Just head them, feed them down. And I'll do exactly the same. I'll just tip it with a bit of squid just to stop those ragworm coming off. Cool, that sun's really powerful this morning, but it's warmed up. I've got all my gear on, absolutely sweating. But what I've done is I cut a squid into nice little triangles, hook it through. But what it also does, if there are plaice about, that bit of squid will act as a nice little attractor. That's the theory of it, and it does work. Last year, was it last year or the year before, when me and Andy Carter fished down here? Andy had a £3.12 and a £3.15 plaice. That was in March though. But yeah, and I think my biggest was like a couple of pound, nowhere near Andy's. But that there, oh, I just pulled the hook off the pulley there. Just clip that back on. God, I'm making the right pigs here, it is. I'll just drop those hooks back on so the bait's clipped up. There we go. Absolutely beautiful. Putting that stop beads down. That is a very nice juicy bait on a wishbone, and what that does, that puts a lot of bait into a very small circle, so that's a hell of a lot of scent in a small patch. But that sun is absolutely blinding. But that one's ready to go out. That's one of the rigs I've made myself, and then just hopefully I can get a plaice. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for a plaice. But if it doesn't happen, I'll keep coming and coming until I get one. But I've normally caught them at the end of January into February. We're well into February now, so I'm going to get this one up on my tripod out of the way. I've got blacks out there at the moment, so I've got mixed baits out there, and then we'll see what we can get out, guys. Cool, the old time was flying by. That sun is absolutely blinding, as you could probably tell by the camera. Not had a bite, but we're getting stripped, me and Jamie. I wouldn't have thought it'd been crabs, but you never know. But I've been doing my baits every 10 to 15 minutes. I'm putting fresh baits out there, but I've got an hour left before I have to actually go and meet somebody. So I'm praying to at least get one more out of here. But it's been a beautiful morning. The wind's been swinging northeasterly all morning. But it's beautiful with that sun out. Just, it hasn't fished how I thought early this morning. I thought I would pull some Plaice out this early. Maybe I am too early this year. Maybe it's just not happening. But I'm going to keep trying over the next few weeks into March to see if I can get any from here. I think March the 16th, the car park goes back up sky high. And that'll be the last time I fish here for the whole summer. Obviously I'll be going to probably southboard in places like that. And obviously out in the lure fishing. But I'm going to persevere. This is winter fishing. It is hard for everybody. Trying to get a decent video with decent fishing it's not that easy. I've been alternating my rigs, 3-up flapper, pulley wishbone, and a pulley as well. Lucky to get that doggy, that's for sure. But I'm going to persevere. I've got 1 hour left. Can I pull it out of the bag in 1 hour time? I don't know, but I'm going to try. Any bait I've got left, Jamie can have. Jamie's off to Southbourne tonight, so he's got a double session. There's a lot of birds working as well, we've been noticing, feeding on bait fish. I just want to get that first Plaice out of the air, and I'll be happy. So I'm going to persevere, and I'll bring you back, guys, probably with an outro. Right, this is it. This is the last railing. Shame I got to pack up because it's quite nice down here, to be fair. And there's a run off, probably about another 3/4 of an hour's time, which I'll miss. But that's the way it is. Nice to get one fish out. I know it was the first fish, but obviously that's doomed the session, getting the first fish on the first cast. But it's been a nice morning. Let me just get this one out. So I'd like to thank you all for watching. This is winter fishing, and you know me, I show everything, good or bad. But the bait's getting stripped. Just lacked the fish this morning. So I'm going to start packing this one down. Start making my way back to the van. So cheers to Jamie for a good morning out. I'll put Jamie's link in the video as always. Many thanks for watching, guys. Laters.